Thank you. Thank you, Patty, for that introduction. I appreciate it, and the Zavarians out there, I appreciate the fan club for our alma mater. Thanks, Rob, and the Chamber, and the Board, Chamber, for inviting me to speak today about in advance of our budget 2016. But before getting started, I'd just like to acknowledge a few of the people here. Obviously, Valerie Payne, President and CEO of the Chamber. Rob here as well as the Chair of the Board. Patty and the other head table guests, my colleagues that apparently don't want to listen to what I have to say, but they didn't tell me in advance. There's a large number. I'm not going to go through the entire list of colleagues, but I appreciate your coming out to listen to me. You came to listen to me about a speech that's billed as a pre-budget speech. So I'd like to take a moment to thank all of the individuals and organizations across the province that participated in my pre-budget consultations that took place throughout February. Whether the participation consisted of attending one of the sessions I hosted, watching the streamed sessions live online, or the recordings that were posted afterwards. Whether you asked a question or made a more detailed submission, I appreciate your engagement, whatever the level. I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge that one, if not the first detailed submission I received was actually from the Halifax Chamber of Commerce. So Valerie and Rob, thanks for getting started through your submission. So we have heard from Nova Scotians, and by and large, as Rob talked earlier, they understand the importance of our work to establish fiscal stability for the province of Nova Scotia, not just for today, but for tomorrow. So I guess the big question is, how have we been doing? Many Nova Scotians don't believe me when I tell them we did better than any other province at reducing youth unemployment in 2015, but it's true. That means many more of our children are living and working here in Nova Scotia. Many of them have jobs in science, engineering, and technology fields. Saeed, you would be a contributor to some of those jobs in the technology sector. In 2015 alone, Nova Scotia netted 1,300 more full-time jobs for young men and women in this province. These jobs, they were created by you, by the entrepreneurs and the business leaders of Nova Scotia. That's progress, that's partnership, and I want to thank you all for your role in attaining that success. While that fact surprises some Nova Scotians, it doesn't surprise me. I'm not surprised because Nova Scotia businesses have reported some of the highest business confidence in Canada, according to recent CFIB reports. That means businesses in this province, around the province, are hopeful. It means they plan to create jobs and provide more opportunities for Nova Scotians, including our youth. There are more opportunities for our youth, our business confidence is leading the country, and we've just recently heard that our population in the province has hit an all-time high. Skeptics among us may say that population increase is a result of the downturn out west. But that ignores the leadership on population growth taken by our government. We doubled the number of nominees under our federal immigration program to 1,300 per year, and we fulfilled those targets. More people are calling Nova Scotia home because of new immigration streams that we established. It's now easier for entrepreneurs and international students to immigrate to Nova Scotia, thanks in a large part to the hard work of my colleague, the Minister of Immigration, Minister Diab, and her department, as well as the role of the Premier's Immigration Advisory Panel, which is co-led by Wadia Ferris, the National Chair, and Colin Dodds, the International Chair. More opportunities for youth, more business confidence, and more people. It means more room to grow. It means the tide is turning and momentum is building. Our government has contributed to this momentum by making smart, strategic decisions. That's what our government spent its first 2 years doing, and it's what we will continue to do while given the privilege to govern this great province. We knew we needed to change the way we do economic development. That's why we took the politics out of economic development decisions. We knew we needed to invest in our people. That's why we invested in creating opportunities for our youth. It's why we made investments that improve our public education system and in skills and job training. We made these decisions while simultaneously being responsible financial managers and working to restore the province's financial health. Momentum is building, but we have more work to do. We cannot stop being responsible financial managers. If we fail to protect our province's financial health, we will no longer be able to make the smart investments in our people. If we fail to protect our province's finances, we will not be able to lay the foundation for future economic long-term growth. We know we can protect our financial health and grow our economy at the same time. Before we came to office in 2013, we saw government after government spend more and more of your money. Governments ran deficits in 20 of the 30 last years, and yet despite all of this spending, we had one of the worst performing economies in Canada. Clearly, cabinet-controlled funds spending your money won't grow the economy. They only drive our province deeper into debt. In doing so, it makes it harder for the next generation of Nova Scotians to prosper and thrive. We saw this approach to economic development was not working, and that's why we took a different approach. First, we focused on taking the politics out of our economic development decisions. We did this by closing the cabinet-controlled Jobs Fund. Now, when we spend money on economic development, we have to report it and its progress to the people of the province through our accountability website. Through those initiatives, we're now the most open and transparent government in Canada when it comes to how we spend our economic dollars. We knew we could close that fund because it wasn't working. Moreover, we knew we could close this fund because how much a government spends does not directly determine how much our economy grows. You determine that. Businesses determine that. As mentioned earlier, Nova Scotia businesses have been reported to have the highest confidence in the country. When you are confident, it means you're optimistic. When you are optimistic, it means you see the opportunity to invest in your business and hire Nova Scotians. It means more work, more jobs, and more economic momentum. Instead of working to obstruct business, we want to work with business to create an environment to support your growth and your ability to create jobs. We want to make it easier for you to invest and hire, and we're willing to partner with you to make sure it happens. We know we don't move an economy forward by creating more laws, more regulations, or more red tape. Instead, we need smart and efficient government, we need fewer needless regulations, and we need to cut red tape. We need to make it easier for business to do business with us. We need to make it easier for business to do business. Period. That's why our government, led by our Premier McNeil, is taking a leadership role among the Maritime provinces. As a group, the Maritime provinces are working together to cut red tape. Collectively, we want to make it easier to do business across our entire region. Our government's commitment to cut red tape applies here at home as well. That's why we've created the Office of Regulatory Affairs and Service Effectiveness. A former leader from the private sector, Fred Crooks, leads the office, and its sole purpose is to cut red tape and find efficiencies. This red tape reduction office exists to make it easier for businesses to operate. It serves as a check and balance on lawmakers, and it ensures that new laws or regulations don't place an unnecessary burden on businesses. And I can assure you, the impact is already being seen. The culture is being developed across all of government to ensure we work with the Office of Regulatory Affairs and Service Effectiveness when creating new or updating regulations. It exists to make Nova Scotia a business-friendly environment, while simultaneously fulfilling the important regulatory role of government. So while we are working to improve the business environment, we're also investing in economic infrastructure that builds entire sectors of our economy. For example, we're making investments that will let us capitalize on our ocean advantage. Even though there are already a lot of exciting things going on in our ocean sector, we know there's still room for growth. To take advantage of that potential, we're making smart, strategic investments that will help grow this ocean sector. One example of such an investment is in the former Canadian Coast Guard land on the Dartmouth waterfront. This centre will ensure that marine businesses can work together. It will drive more investment, more commercialization, exports, and ultimately growth. We're also working with partners across the province to build sandboxes. These sandboxes are places where innovative and entrepreneurial Nova Scotians can experiment with new ideas, where they can access business mentors, investors, and other supports. One of these ideas here in Halifax is the Idea Sandbox that's led in a partnership with Delorey and NASCAD. This sandbox is designed to provide meeting spaces, 3D printers, CAD or computer-aided design software, and wood and metal shops to help build prototypes and test ideas. Digital Nova Scotia has praised the Sandbox initiative, saying, "The province is sparking innovation and helping Nova Scotia students bring smart ideas to life." So, we know we need to invest in upcoming sectors, but we also need to invest in our traditional industries and help them innovate. That's why we launched the Vineyard Development and Expansion Program. This program is smart, a sectoral investment that will nearly double grape growing capacity in Nova Scotia and will support the province's growing wine industry. The investment amounts to about $6,500 per acre, and the industry says every acre of grapes grown creates one job. That's the kind of investment this province needs. You grow an economy by getting the politics out of economic development. You create more jobs by making decisions that reduce red tape and improve business confidence. You build momentum by investing in economic infrastructure that benefits entire sectors. And we're taking the time and making the decisions to invest in Nova Scotians to ensure businesses have access to a knowledgeable and a skilled workforce. We're investing in their futures. We're investing in the education system. We're investing in skills and jobs training. In short, we're investing in our people. So one of the best ways to have a strong economy tomorrow is to invest in education today. Unfortunately, when we came to office in 2013, Nova Scotia students had endured years of cuts. We campaigned to change that. We campaigned on a promise to invest in our children's future, and we're delivering on our commitments to those students. Thus far, each budget tabled by our government has increased the amount we invest in education. These investments mean smaller classes and more teachers. It means smart, strategic investments in services and programs that improve literacy and math skills. And it means having an education system that is preparing our children for the jobs of tomorrow. Our government is investing the amount we invest in education by $65 million. Because of our investments, school boards hired 380 new teachers. Our approach to education focuses on investment, more teachers, and smaller classes. To support literacy and math skills, there are 50 new reading and recovery teachers and 53 new math specialists across the province. And to prepare for our children for tomorrow, we're investing in partnerships. We increased our funding for the Junior Achievement Program. That's a program that helps children in grades 9 through 12 get more hands-on learning opportunities. We will be the first province in Canada to introduce coding into our curriculum for grades primary through 3. And our new partnership with Brilliant Labs will ensure students in every part of this province get access to hands-on technology learning. If you're not familiar with Brilliant Labs, I certainly encourage you to get a tour of one in your local area. I know that I had the opportunity a few months back where a grade 8 student, Jay McDonald, gave me a tour of a Brilliant Lab located at St. Andrew Junior School in Antigonish in my hometown. And I was absolutely amazed. I was amazed by the lab, and I was amazed by the student. Don't think it was mentioned at the beginning, but my first career was actually in the IT sector. So I clearly have a personal interest in technology, and the technology in that lab was absolutely amazing. Just to put it into perspective, Jay, the grade 8 student, he came to his favorite station. It was a station that had an Oculus Rift. For those of you that may not know what that is, it's a virtual reality system that requires some high-end computing power to operate. But that was his favorite system. And he confided in his excitement to demonstrate this technology to me. He said, "I never thought I would have the opportunity to access this technology in my lifetime. And yet, when he gave me the tour, he had access to this technology, and it wasn't even available in retail in Canada yet." That is the kind of opportunity our children have in Nova Scotia schools throughout the partnerships that we've made. These investments ensure we celebrate the skills our children need to succeed, and so that they're ready for the jobs of tomorrow. Investing in education means we're investing in tomorrow, while our investments in skills and jobs training means more opportunities for young Nova Scotians today. It's no secret that it's hard for new graduates to find work when an entry-level job requires 2 years of experience. We knew this when we campaigned for office, and that's why we promised to create the Graduate to Opportunity Program. In its first year, the Graduate to Opportunity Program has helped more than 100 new grads start their careers in Nova Scotia. We've invested $1.6 million in this program over the last year, and we'll double it in 2016. So in the 2016 budget, we will invest $3.2 million in the Graduate to Opportunity Program because it means more of our sons and daughters will be able to live and work here at home. I'm sure many of you either own or operate a business or an organization with employees. If you're not familiar with it, this program will cover 25% of our recent graduates' first-year salary, and it'll cover 12.5% of their salary in the second year. As a government, we've committed to hiring more young Nova Scotians as part of our youth hiring initiative, Experience Through Opportunity. That program and initiative already saw 70 vacant provincial government positions filled by recent graduates and young Nova Scotians. Through the Graduate to Opportunity Program, we're willing to partner with you so you can do the same. So please think about this program if you haven't heard of it or you accessed it before, and you have opportunity for entry-level positions in your organization. Our investments in skills and jobs training extend to the START program. The START program helps unemployed Nova Scotians get good work with local businesses. Since coming to office, our government has also doubled our investment in the funding for the START program. In 2015, our investments in Graduate to Opportunity and the START program has filled more than 1,000 job positions across the province. So we're creating the right environment for business growth, we're investing in the jobs of tomorrow, and we're supporting more opportunities for today. So, smart, strategic decisions will help grow our economy, but they're also necessary to protect our province's financial health. Our first two budgets, we've held the line on expenses while making investments to support job creation in public education and in skills and jobs programs. Business confidence is up, our population is at an all-time high, and youth unemployment is dropping. The tide is turning, and the momentum is building. So, Despite the economic headwinds, we are seeing signs of hope and of optimism. And even though we have momentum, I want you to make no mistake, we have more work to do. We remain committed to protecting our province's financial health and fiscal sustainability. More importantly, we've shown that we're able to do so while making those smart, strategic investments that supports the private sector in growing our economy. Our job as government is to build on the momentum we have, and that's exactly what we're going to do in our next budget, which is going to be tabled on April 19th. We're here to stand with Nova Scotians. We're here to invest in you, and together, we'll move this province forward. Thank you for your time.